Which foods should you never refrigerate? When it comes to storing food, our first instinct is often to put everything in the refrigerator to keep it fresh. However, not all foods do well in the cold. Some actually lose their flavor, texture, or nutritional value when refrigerated. Let's take a closer look at 10 foods that are better off kept out of the fridge and learn the best ways to store them for maximum freshness and taste. Food. Number 1. Tomatoes. Tomatoes are a common kitchen staple, but storing them in the fridge can be a mistake. The cold air in the refrigerator slows down the ripening process, which is essential for developing their full flavor and maintaining their texture. When you refrigerate tomatoes, they can become mealy and lose their delicious taste. The best way to store tomatoes is at room temperature, ideally in a fruit bowl on your counter. Not only will this keep them fresh and flavorful, but it also adds a splash of color to your kitchen decor. Food number 2. Basil. Fresh basil is a wonderful herb to have on hand, but it doesn't thrive in the cold. You might see it in the refrigerated section of the grocery store, but once you get it home, resist the urge to stick it in the fridge. Basil wilts quickly in cold temperatures and can absorb the odors of other foods, compromising its taste. Instead, treat your basil like a bouquet of flowers. Place the stems in a glass of water and keep it on your counter. This method keeps the basil fresh for a longer time. If you have extra leaves, blanch them in boiling water for 10 seconds, cool them in ice water, and then freeze them. This way, you can enjoy your basil for months. Food. Number 3. Potatoes. Potatoes are another food that doesn't do well in the fridge. The cold temperature converts the starch in potatoes into sugar much faster, which can lead to a sweeter taste and an unpleasant, gritty texture. Additionally, the skin can become rubbery. For the best storage, keep your potatoes in a cool, dry place such as a pantry or a basement. A paper bag is ideal because it allows for air circulation, which helps prevent the potatoes from spoiling. This method will keep your potatoes fresh and firm for a longer period. Food. Number 4. Olive oil and sunflower oil. Many people are unsure of where to store their cooking oils. Oils like olive oil and sunflower oil contain unstable mono and polyunsaturated fats, which can turn thick, opaque, and lumpy if kept in the refrigerator. Heat can also cause these fats to denature, affecting the oil's quality. Light exposure can lead to rancidity over time. The best way to store these oils is in a cool, dark place, such as a pantry. Use dark glass or metal bottles to protect the oil from light. This will help your oils stay fresh and maintain their nutritional benefits for up to 18 months. Food number 5. Onions. Onions have a long shelf life if stored correctly. Like potatoes, onions should be kept in a cool, dry place. However, it's important not to store onions and potatoes together. The gases released by potatoes can cause onions to spoil faster. Store them in separate areas of your pantry. Properly stored, onions can last for several weeks or even months, maintaining their flavor and texture for all your culinary needs. Food. Number 6. Bread. Bread is a common item that people often refrigerate, but doing so can make it go stale and moldy more quickly. Refrigeration causes the starches in bread to recrystallize, leading to a dry, crumbly texture. Instead, keep your bread at room temperature in a cool, dry place. If you want to extend its shelf life, freeze it. Slice the bread, wrap it in foil, and then place it in a sealed bag. When you're ready to eat it, defrost the slices in the oven at 300 degrees Fahrenheit, wrapped in foil, for 15 to 30 minutes depending on the size. This method keeps the bread fresh and delicious, just like when you first bought it. For pita and sliced bread, use a bread box to keep them fresh. Food. Number 7. Avocados. Avocados are best enjoyed when they are perfectly ripe. Storing avocados in the fridge slows down the ripening process, so if you want them to ripen, keep them at room temperature. Once they are ripe, or if you've already cut them, store them in the fridge to prevent further ripening. If you have cut an avocado, keep the pit in the unused half, place it in a sealed Ziploc bag, and remove as much air as possible. This will keep it fresh for up to a day. Sprinkling some lime juice on the cut surface can help extend its freshness for up to 2 days. Food. Number 8. Coffee. Coffee lovers. Take note. Storing your coffee in the fridge is not a good idea. Coffee beans and grounds are porous and can absorb the odors of other foods, which affects their flavor. Instead, store your coffee in an airtight container in a cool, dark place. Glass containers are best, as they don't retain odors like plastic containers do. Keeping your coffee in this way will preserve its rich flavor and aroma, ensuring you get the best cup every time. Food. Number 9. Eggs. Eggs are often stored in the refrigerator, and for good reason if they have been washed and processed. However, if you have fresh eggs straight from the farm, they can be stored at room temperature if you plan to use them within a week. The natural coating on fresh eggs protects them from bacteria, but washing removes this coating, making refrigeration necessary. If you store your eggs in the fridge, keep them in the main compartment rather than the door. The constant temperature changes from opening the door can make the eggs spoil faster. Store them in the back of the fridge where it's colder and the temperature is more stable. Food. Number 10. Condiments. Many people refrigerate condiments like mayonnaise, soy sauce, and ketchup, but this isn't always necessary. Most store-bought condiments have preservatives that keep them safe at room temperature. However, homemade condiments lack these preservatives and should always be refrigerated. For store-bought condiments, a cool, dark cabinet is usually sufficient. This not only saves space in your fridge but also ensures that your condiments are at the perfect consistency for spreading or pouring. In summary, not all foods benefit from being stored in the refrigerator. Understanding the best ways to store different foods can help maintain their flavor, texture, and nutritional value. By keeping tomatoes, basil, potatoes, oils, onions, bread, avocados, coffee, eggs, and condiments out of the fridge when appropriate, you can enjoy them at their best. This knowledge can also help reduce food waste and make your cooking more enjoyable. So next time you unpack your groceries, think twice before automatically putting everything in the fridge. Your taste buds will thank you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Watch more videos by clicking on this video right over here.